7, 8, and 9, we're still adding and subtracting rational expressions, so we still have to find the common denominator. In this case, these two denominators are not going to have anything in common, so it's like having a 2 and a 3 and saying, oh, 2 times 3. We're just going to leave it in factored form, but on our common denominator, we're going to have 8x times 6x minus 7. And I just put the 8x first since it was a monomial. Looks prettier that way. So what happens is I end up taking the first one times the 8x. 8x times x is 8x squared. The second one I'm going to take times the 6x minus 7. Again, I've got to keep in mind that that minus sign is in front of that, so I'm going to put the minus and then I'm going to put parentheses because I'm going to want to distribute that negative sign out. But here, since I have two terms on the top and two terms that I'm going to multiply, I end up foiling. X times 6x is 6x squared. X times a minus 7 would be minus 7x. Negative 1 times 6x is a minus 6x. Negative 1 times a negative 7 is a plus 7. So the negative 7 and the negative 6 would be minus 13x in the middle. So I'm going to have 8x squared, and then I'm going to have a minus 6x squared. That's going to change to a positive 13x, and that's going to be minus 7. The denominator is going to stay the same, but here I can combine my 8x squared and my minus 6x squared, so I'm going to have 2x squared plus 13x minus 7 over my denominator, which is the 8x times 6x minus 7. And that's what I'm going to put in for my answer. Again, I would probably hit the fraction button first and type the top separately from the bottom just because it's easier to get in on the ALEKS program. So on my next one, my common denominator there, I'm going to have the x times the x minus 2. So this first one I'm going to take times x, so I'm going to distribute that. X times x is x squared. X times a positive 6 is a plus 6x. Here again I have that minus sign, so I'm going to put the minus and then the parentheses, so I remember I have to change all my signs. I have to take this one times the x minus 2, so I'm going to FOIL that out. X times x is x squared. I'm going to have a minus 2x on the outside, a minus 7x on the inside, and then a minus 7 times a minus 2 is a plus 14. Here, negative 2 minus 7 would be minus 9x in the middle. So I'm going to have x squared plus 6x, and then I'm going to distribute my negatives. So minus x squared plus 9x minus 14, and that's all going to be on top of my fraction. Combining my like terms, my x squareds are going to cancel. 6 plus 9 is 15x minus 14 over my denominator, x times x minus 2. Number 9 then, my common denominator on this one, I have to have both the x plus 4 and the x minus 2. So the first one I'm going to take times the x minus 2. So I'm going to get 4x squared minus 8x. This one has a plus, so I really don't need the parentheses. I could put them there, but the plus isn't going to change the signs. But I have to take this one times x plus 4 here. So I'm going to have a 5x squared plus a 20x. So combining my like terms, 5x squared plus 4x squared, 9x squared. Negative 8x plus 20 would be positive 12x. And then I'm going to have my x plus 4 times my x minus 2. So when my denominators aren't in common, then I just have to use them both and then just multiply by the opposite ones. And there's my answer.